Official Wandering Weekends Campground Review for Sawnee Campground on Lake Lanier near Cumming, Georgia. Welcome back, friends. If it is your first time with us, I always take the first few seconds of the campground review to explain how we do the campground review. And we actually break our reviews down into 6 different categories, and those categories are accessibility, scenery, atmosphere, cost, comforts, and kid-friendly. We break them down from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. You'll see that there's no such thing as a perfect campground. I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's jump right in with accessibility, and Sawnee does not do well here. We even had a little awkward experience. I'll get to that in just a second. But accessibility from the east is not good. You're going to be on Buford Dam Road. It's going to be a narrow road with some hairpin turns. You'll be able to do it, but you just got to take it slow. Then once you get in the campground, it's definitely not big rig friendly, so you need to really pay attention, look at the map, see if you're comfortable with it, maybe even go drive through if you've got a larger size rig. It's just not built for the bigger rigs that are produced today. The dump station's got this weird loop-de-loop thing. It's just odd. It works, but it's odd. And then when we actually got there, believe it or not, there were people in our campsite with a full-on picnic, the grill going, everything. So that really hurts the accessibility because we had to sit there for about 20 or 30 minutes while they picked their stuff up and left. They didn't give us any problems, but they weren't in a hurry either. It scores a 4 for accessibility. Second category is scenery, and our particular site here at Sawnee was actually pretty good. We were on the water. That's one reason we booked it, because we were able to find a waterfront site. But keep in mind, most of the campground is not next to water. So you've got, I would say, maybe 35-40% are waterfront sites. So it did pretty good for us, but you may not have the same experience. Either way, we have to score it based on our stay, and it scores an 8 for scenery. Third category, atmosphere, and most campgrounds do pretty good here, but I don't know, there's just something weird about Sawnee. I would say that half the folks there were really, really nice, and the other half seemed to be indifferent, and I don't know, it was just kind of weird. We didn't get a good vibe from Sawnee, I'll just say that, and Brooke agreed, so it wasn't just me. Atmosphere scored a 5. Fourth category is cost, and $32 a night gets you water and electricity, and that scores at a 5 in the cost category. Fifth category is comforts, and this scores things like nearby dining, shopping, etc. And it does very well here. Sawnee does really good here. The city of Cumming is less than 10 minutes away, and that area has been one of the fastest growing areas in the country for years. So you can imagine there's all kinds of shops, and there's RV dealers and everything. Everything's in Cumming that you can think of. It scores a 10. Up last is our favorite category, and that is kid-friendly, and Sawnee's just so-so here. Obviously, when you're close to a big body of water, you have to have an extra eye out for that. And then the sites are so narrow. You literally, once you put your steps out, you're dropping off a cliff in some cases. So that didn't help the kid-friendly score at all. The playground it's in pretty good shape. That did help the score, but it was a good ways away from the campsite. All in all, it scored a 7. On to the bonus round, and as hard as we looked, we could not find any bonus points for Sawnee, so 0 bonus points for Sawnee Campground. Add all of the scores up, and Sawnee Campground on beautiful Lake Lanier scores a 39. I'll be the first to say this is not one of the better scores that we've given, and it's justified. I do not think we'll go back to Sawnee Campground. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please consider subscribing.